Hello. Hello. I don't know, child. I want to. How are you? How are you? Do this. How are you? Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Let's see. Can y'all hear me good? I need some water. Hello. Na, 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 na. I was tripping a little bit. Welcome back. This is Lorenza Nicole Molina, aka the Black Butterfly Queen, La Reina Mariposa Negra, and this is View from the Throne. Well, what I wanted to talk about was favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. And this is for everybody on both sides of it. Because I honestly think we all have favor somewhere, and you know, but I think people look at favor like, oh, you're lucky. Like it's a luck or something. And it really, really isn't. It is a responsibility. When they say favor ain't fair, they're not talking about the ones who don't think they have favor and looking at somebody that they think has favor and oh, they just get everything. First of all, it takes time to get things. Second of all, once I get a blessing, people like this is why people who have money go through a lot, and people don't have shown any compassion because they think that they're so favored, like it's a genie wished them well. Then people worked hard to get where they are, whether it be in wrong or good. Everybody worked to get where they are. It still worked. I'm not condoning doing negative things or hurting people, but it's all some type of work to get where they are. Now, it's not favor. Favor is not something like always that you can, I guess, can work for, but when people be like, oh, you just so lucky to have what you have, like you didn't work for that, or that you didn't sacrifice something for it, or that you didn't have to lay down your old man or whoever you used to be who you are in order to have the things that you have. If you want a driver's license, you study, you practice, you take the test, and now you can drive. You don't just go up there and expect them to have a driver's license and then be mad because they didn't give it to you, and then be mad at everybody else for having it and saying that they lucky they can drive. Well, you could drive too. You put the work in. Don't look at other people. If you're looking at other people like they so lucky. Now, some people do have parents where they're blessed, but you gotta understand some of those things came through because of the parents. Okay, but we're talking about people who have worked for stuff, and you're sitting there looking at them with an entitled spirit or an attitude, a persona, whatever you want to call it, honey. It's entitlement. Okay? Favor ain't fair because those who are entrusted with something, usually have to go through hell before they were able to be entrusted. And you want something that you're not willing to pay the price for. Okay? They have to go through hell. And you're not willing to give up certain things in your character. You're not willing to put your personality under authority of God. Like you just because we all have different personalities. Look, that's just how it is. But your character is something you can choose. And your personality is something that can be used in its greatest level under God, right? Now, if you don't believe in God, that's your business. But it is entitled to think that somebody else having something is good luck, and you don't understand why you don't got it. People have to go through so much to be entrusted and have favor from God like that. Favor is not fair to the one who has it, not the one who doesn't. Because There are certain things that you have to have the maturity to not say, to not do, to not act out in. You have to have the maturity to see certain things and not respond or react really to certain things. You have to have the maturity to understand who you are despite what people think you are or have. People be jealous of a whole entire lie. People be thinking you have all these things. They don't understand that blessings, it doesn't stop. You don't get a blessing and just stop. It's kind of like working all week and getting the check and then you just don't go to work no more. No, you have to continue to work. After you get that check, you got to go pay the bills. You got to go take a chunk out and put it in this fund and put it in that fund and grow this and grow that. I mean, if that's how you're thinking, if you're capable, pay your tithes, whatever it is. But you gotta start dividing that up. Blessings, that blessing, you still worked towards that, right? Well, somebody say, "Oh, you're so lucky to just have a check," as if you didn't go and do the interview and they just sit there and don't do nothing. How would you feel? I know some of y'all can relate. So when you're thinking somebody's lucky to have what they have, or thinking, "Oh, it must be nice," think about how many times people have said that to you for something you had, and you're like, really? Really? It's no different. Okay? People who have been blessed. I believe I'm a blessed person. I believe even when I was going through, I was a blessed person because I made it. I believe now with the things that are challenging and that I go through, I am still blessed because I know who God is. I am still blessed because I have been given the opportunity to have the people in my life that I have. I'm blessed because of God. But I also have known what it is to have lack, to not have certain things. And it is funny how when your blessings begin to come to fruition, how many people will act entitled to your blessing or act entitled to you as a person and get jelly. Oh, that's a cute term, but it's not cute. Okay? Of you, or get so beyond jealous and become envious. To the point, like some people, this is why people be going on vacations with friends, and not coming back. Because jealousy and envy. There is always something that comes along with something. It's not just, "Oh, I got this and ain't nothing. I ain't got to do nothing no more." So say you move out of an apartment to a house. You are blessed. That's wonderful. You got something you wanted. But now guess what? Your bills are higher. Your electric probably going to be higher, depending on. But, let's just, for argument's sake, your electric higher. You may have gas now. You may have to pay a city tax for when it comes to that tax. But, you know how some apartments have you pay for water and stuff, but they actually you have to pay for water, of course, but there's a trash and water fee. That's some houses. Okay. If you live in an HOA, you got to pay HOA fees. Okay. You do all these dues and your mortgage is higher. You're not in rent, but at the same time, you're paying for something in your name. You're paying on something in your name. You have more space. You have more room. But now there's more to clean. So you got to take different types of time. You got to strategize how to take care of your home differently than you did your home before, because your home before was an apartment and your home now is a house or a mansion. Or you got a Winnebago thing or whatever, or a tiny home, and you're like driving around and you don't live in the big house anymore. You're driving around free. You got to do things differently. and people will only look at that as, oh, you free, you can do whatever you want. I'm free, but I still have a new way of living, and it has a different requirement of me. And there's no way you can fully understand that requirement because you're not in it. But you can still respect that there isn't a requirement. And if you want the blessing, ask me how I got here. Maybe. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'll be long on this topic though. But I just want to say, like, there are people who are jealous, and there are people who love to see other people win. And there are people who are winning. But just because people going through blessings don't mean they ain't going through hell. I give you a good public figure example. Kev on stage. He and his brother, I've been watching them, the Playmakers, I think it's the Playmakers or whatever. Since they were like that famous. They were on YouTube doing silly church videos, and then every now and again he had his own personal video that he would do talking about something in the room. That's how it started. His wife wasn't even involved. She wasn't even doing makeup yet. They didn't have no podcast. I've been watching them for that long. And I've watched them grow. And they're so graceful. But I know there's some people that are still like, but they so lucky. But they worked hard. And God has blessed them. They have been fruitful. But the one that helped build it, his brother, passed a few months before he got his NAACP award. He was not able to share that moment with his brother in physical time. But he was rewarded for the work that him and his brother put in to get there. Him and his wife, his children, all the things that they all had to sacrifice for this moment. For this one moment that means so much. His brother put all that in and he did not get to be. And y'all look at people sometimes, and I don't want to say everybody that's watching, but y'all know somebody that does. If it's not you, you know. I'm not trying to point, you know who you are, you know what I'm saying? And I think we all can be guilty. Look at somebody like, man, that's da-da-da. And I mean, we can be inspired, but sometimes people look at people like Kevin Stage, Tabitha Brown, Is a Ray, okay? They look at them, and I'm talking about them because they're content creators that have really excelled in arenas that people didn't expect. They really came out the mud. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I know that people sometimes think that they're entitled to something. Wow, I helped you with this. Shouldn't I get this? And then at the same time, they're looking at them jealous because they think that they owe them something. Right? And sometimes people think you owe them something and they didn't even help you bake the cookies. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard the Little Red Hen? When it was the cookies, the bread. She was trying to make some bread and she asked everybody to help her. And the only one that helped her was her little chick babies. And everybody wants some bread. And she was like, no. You know what I'm saying? You didn't help me, you know? And sometimes people think that you're supposed to give them something now that you own. Why? Did you invest ever? And even if you did invest a little bit, it don't mean I'm in a position just to put you on just because I'm on. I barely got on. Let me be on for a little bit, grow. And if you still around at that time and I can do something and you're in the position to do something and you're trustworthy, because now I built a name and a brand and I built myself up, and you gotta be coming with it too. You gotta match my energy. Even if you can't match my check, but you gotta match my energy. You understand? You gotta match that. You can't just expect stuff. I've had people ask, I'm not even on that level yet. I'm not even there yet. I've had people ask me some outrageous things. People want to use my name. And I'm not even on that level. I cannot even imagine being up there. But did it change his brother passing? No. It's a bitter, sweet situation. Just because somebody is blessed do not mean they are not in pain. They are not suffering. One even bigger, just someone we all know, Chadwick Boseman, fighting cancer while working on Black Panther, while working in all these movies. People talking about he was on drugs and all this stuff. People always have all these things to say. And then when he died, can you imagine this is what he's hearing before he passes? There's always going to be somebody that talks about somebody who has money. Be the person that learns. Try to be the person that learns. Don't be the somebody that's always talking trash about other people. We really do not know what people are going through. Twitch. We all know what happened with Twitch. The famous Jet Jackson. I don't know if y'all heard a long time ago what happened with him. I'm not going to recap it here. You can look it up for yourself. I'm just saying we never know what people are going through. Just because somebody's had some type of success, they've done well in a certain area, that is not their whole life. You know how these jobs, you're trying to make things your whole life. You're like, this ain't my whole life. I'll get another job. What a lady on Everybody Hates Chris say, my husband got 3 jobs. I don't need this job. Like, y'all, this is not my life. Just you have to think in reality. Like, there's no way your whole life is truly on social media. There's no way every corner of your life is on social media. And if you're putting every corner of your life on social media, you really need to go back and think and probably take that down. Okay? Because why? Really? Who needs to know? Why everybody needs to know everything? Don't everybody need to know everything. Okay? Because it just gives them things to talk about. They're not. Some people might actually pray for you, but about a third of them people may pray. Maybe not even a third. A fourth, a fifth of them people may actually pray in that moment. Some may have the intentions to. Other ones just say it and never do. And most people just lying. Okay? We have to be careful assuming things. So many people seem like they're doing okay. So many people seem like they're good people. And then we find out that they're not, like that the dude from the father from seventh that one. Y'all go look him up. Okay. Money does not equate to okay. It doesn't equate to people being mentally okay. It doesn't equate to people being spiritually okay. It doesn't equate to people being physically okay. It doesn't equate to people being right. And when we are in a poor mindset, and rich people can be in a poor mindset, because if you think that having money equates to right, which a lot of people do, for the reason why people of less class or whatever that they think is less class get moved around. Well, I got the power because I got the money, but it doesn't mean you're right. It don't mean you're right. Okay? So, those of you who are blessed and going through, I pray that you have somebody in your corner. I pray that although blessed, did you not feel guilty for being blessed? that you do not feel guilty for having something, and that you don't feel like you're being ungrateful because you can't get past the pain you're dealing with right now. You know, Luther Vandross said, a chair is still a chair if no one is sitting there. Well, a prison is still a prison if you're locked in there and unhappy and feel trapped inside yourself. Don't matter where you're at in this world. If you feel trapped inside yourself, no money. There's no money can pull you out of that. Okay? God can pull you out though. Okay? I understand you. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for everybody listening to this that is going through dealing with people being so selfish with them because they have been blessed. And the alienation and the judging and the ridicule and the backbiting, you know, gossiping about you, talking about you. I've had so many people drag my name through the mud. Have you ever heard something about yourself? You're like, that was me. I'm where? I'm doing what? Really? Child got me caught up in my own God. So like I'm talking about me, like, really? Like, what was the purpose of that? What did you get out of doing that? What did you think that did to me? Because it's just now reaching me, and I think this happened, like, stuff be happening like years ago, and you find out years later, you be like, wow, didn't stop nothing for me. But sometimes we hear it right away, and that stuff is just it's so whack. It's so lame. Like, for real. Like, for real. This is what we doing. Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. Just talking about people because you think they are right. And then also putting higher expectations on them. For what? They still human. If anything, because they have money, that they is certain things. No, like, no, I'm not expecting certain things from people just because they got money. Like, what? Why? They're human. I expect people to be human first. I expect people to be who they are first. Not what I think they should be. And whatever that is, whatever they are, that's what they're going to be first. It's ridiculous, the things that we think people are supposed to do just because they have money. We think, some of these celebrities, we think that they owe us their details of their life. They don't owe us, actually. People are like, oh, I'm a fan. I helped you get to, you're one fan. If you weren't there would have been somebody else. And there are other people that are also their fans. People really be acting entitled to the lives of people that they have nothing to do with. They didn't birth them. And even if they did birth them, you're not their creator. You're not their God. You're not over them. Like, it's a lot. People be doing a lot. But know that if you're going through all of this, that I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of everybody going through something. First off, those who are just going through it, period. Those who are blessed, and the blessing is masking the suffering, and no one can tell, and they're not even checking in on you because they just think you're good. Like, you're not okay though, but you don't know who to talk to because everybody be like, oh, but you got it, you good. You strong. Like, some people, your blessing sometimes is your strength, right? And you're not even rich, but you got strength. You're a survivor. Child, I was called a survivor, and I took it as the greatest insult because I'm more than that. Okay? I'm more than just strong. I'm more than just a survivor. I have a heart I break, and sometimes I need to lean on people too. Okay, there's nothing wrong with surviving, but I'm trying to live, and I feel like I'm struggling, and everybody keep coming to me with their stuff, but who's checking in on me? Like, I've had these issues. I've had these issues where people just assume what they assume and believe what they believe, and no one saw me. They didn't see me. I see you. I know who you are part of my tribe. You're the people that y'all have contemplated suicide. Some of y'all contemplated giving up in some form or fashion. But you part of my tribe. You're a part of the tribe that will make it. You gonna do something. You a butterfly. You may be in a cocoon. You may feel like you're in a mess. You might feel like you're trapped, but you gonna get out of this. And you're going to do more than survive. You're going to thrive. You may not be able to see it. Let me tell you, I didn't see it. Child, I didn't even think I was going to make it past 14. Okay? I did not see it. Okay? I had dreams, but I didn't have vision. I didn't see it. I was anxious. I just need to get away from this. I just need to get away from this right now. And there was no escape. And then you think you're trying to run from yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. We have things that hurt us that can be wrong with us or to us, but nothing's wrong with us. Do you know what I mean? Like, life is hard. It's hard. And sometimes we need some Jesus, and sometimes we need some therapy, and sometimes we need both. Sometimes we just need to get out of the area we're in. It's not even us. There's nothing wrong with us. It's literally the area we're in. Even Jesus had to leave home when they try to run Jesus out of his own home, Nazareth. Was it Nazareth or Bethlehem? When he went to go speak, child, I'm all over the place. But when he went to go speak to his own hometown, and they were scared, and he ran them pigs, child, he cast out them demons, and them demons ran into them pigs, and they was like, you gotta get out of here. And there was Hebrew people selling pigs, making profit off of things they're not even supposed to eat, but they're gonna sell them to other people. You know, God said don't cause nobody else to fall, but you're gonna sell the things you're not supposed to be even eating. So you're meddling in things that you're not even supposed to be eating. Okay, technically, anybody that's a believer in God on any level of religion is not really supposed to be eating pork. Technically, I hear, okay, but at that time, that was like a really big deal, okay. And them demons jumped to that pig because they didn't want to go to hell too soon. Them pigs jumped off the cliff because they was like, nope, not us. We're not doing it. And those people got scared, and they was mad because their money got messed with. That was money that fell off that cliff, but it was not money that should have been being had, because they weren't they even if they didn't believe in Jesus, they were supposed to be Jewish, and in the faith and not selling pigs. And so they were even going against what they did know. You see what I'm saying? And they were scared. They were scared, and they tried to mob, and Jesus kind of just, they talk about how he just disappeared into the crowd. They didn't even know which way he went. They were looking for him. He just disappeared into the crowd. Cause really, you think you're gonna jump Jesus? And I know they're saying a lot because he died on the cross, but I'm just saying he allowed them to take him. When he spoke, then people fell back, and they still stood up and still took. I'm just getting off topic, but I'm saying it's hard to do things sometimes in a certain area. It's not really you. It really can be geographical location. You'll be surprised. You get out of your own town and just see. You'll be surprised. Some places have strongholds. Some places have some issues. That's why people be trying to get out of bad neighborhoods sometimes, because they know, like, I can't do this here. Then that may apply to where you are. It don't matter how nice it look. It may be the atmosphere. The atmosphere may not be bad, but it may not be the right one you need to grow in. You might be a different type of plant. Just because the sun is shining don't mean you need to be right up under it. Every plant takes a different amount of sunlight. I got plants in my window right now. They love the sunlight, but if I put them outside, they're going to get bugs and stuff in them, and it might affect their roots. So I put them in my window, and they grow fine there. You may not need to be in the direct sunlight. Maybe you need to be in the window, or maybe you need to get out the window and get into the direct sunlight. But either way it goes, you got to understand the type of plant you are. Maybe you're just potted in the wrong pot and you're supposed to be in the ground. Understand that it's not always that the pot's wrong or the dirt's wrong or that something's wrong with you, but sometimes it's just the way everything's been set up. You need a new setup. You need a new environment. So if you can't leave it right away, start looking at the places you want to go. Start seeking those things. Okay? So those people who are dealing with that on the inside, seek a new place. It may be that simple, because sometimes the people in your environment you can't talk to because they think the way those people think, and they can't correlate anything enough to figure out what you're saying. They can't understand where you're coming from. And then there's people who you can't talk to. Okay? But it doesn't matter if you are filthy rich, look like you got it all together, but if you're going through something, remember, you're not the only one. You're not alone in the feeling of feeling isolated and alone. And let's try not to judge one another, but check in anyway, because you never know what somebody's going through. Okay? You just don't know. It's not what we know. That is not our nature, just to know. We have to seek answers. And so don't just assume that because people are blessed, they're not going through. Okay? Just because you think something of them does not mean they think it of themselves. Sometimes we think people think that they're better than us, and this whole time they don't think good of themselves at all. So that's all that I have to say for now about that. Just know that blessing doesn't equate to a pain-free life. Pain and blessings aren't lateral, they're parallel a lot of the times. So but anyway, after that, I think that's all I got to say. Y'all have a good day. Much love. I hope all this made sense. I'm praying for everybody in their mind, praying over hope and faith, that it be increased, that energy come back to your body if you need it, and healing and deliverance and witnesses and true love and the ability to receive it in the name of Jesus. Amen. Bye.
Hey guys, before I forget, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And if you're interested in seeing anything else that I do, you can go in my description and hit my link tree and follow any page from there. Thanks again. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.